So yes, the energy right now today on this 8-8 portal is I won't say intense, but it's potent. I like the word potent instead of intense because intense tends to have a negative connotation to it. Um, Potent just means that it has a lot of power, right? It has a lot of energy. And there, sometimes with potency, there is, I feel like an intention there to drive the energy, right? So if you're an alchemist, I can't even talk today. I know Mercury's about to be in Gatorade with micro braids in a couple weeks. I tend to feel that very deeply. Go figure. I'm a Scorpio Mercury, so or my Mercury's in Scorpio, so get a little jumbled up. Um, but outside of that, yes, there is a lot of energy going on. Me personally, I think I'm having a tower moment, y'all. When it comes down to comes down to tarot, I think I'm having a tower moment. And I say that because Mother's Day weekend, my son, he turned 22. So I was like, okay, you're graduating college, turning 22, awesome. You're great, you know. And then that weekend we got a mansion and all that sort of stuff to have like a kickback celebration for him. And I slipped and fell. I didn't even make it to the stool. I slipped and fell, injured my tailbone. So that was May. I'm like, okay. Normally May is a time of rebirth for me. Cool. Starting with the tailbone, root chakra. Okay. We're building a new foundation. And then Memorial Day weekend, I was minding my business once again. And I'm at a red light. And a flatbed semi tractor trailer truck carrying construction equipment rear ends me. And I have a little Toyota, so Toyota, like small, like SUV. And he rear ends me. I've been feeling a little wonky since, but according to the doctor, I might actually, it's not an astrological thing, according to him, all that spiritual woo-woo, which I think it's probably a combination of everything. But according to him, I might have post-concussion syndrome, which can last for several months after an accident, especially when you're hit with tons of steel and you're a small person in a little Toyota. So, so whiplash, concussion, awesome. 4th of July, I decided to sit my ass in the house because apparently being outside is too much for me. And the other day, I'm sitting inside and a tree comes crashing into my my apartment. So if you haven't looked at my Instagram stories, this tree literally is like it attacked me. And well, it didn't attack me. It attacked my apartment. Because the 4th floor, there's a huge roof over it. It doesn't look like there's a lot of damage to the roof of the apartment building. There's only 4 floors. The 4th floor, I'm the only apartment basically that has the tree in the windows. So yeah, so that happened the other night. And I just be chilling, trying to mind my business, and life is lifing right now. So with all the retrogrades and the Gatorades, I don't know if I should be inside or outside. So we're just here now. I'm just here. With that being said, I hope y'all are having a wonderful Lionsgate today. Obviously, I find amusement in a lot of different things because I try not to attach myself to feeling personally attacked by the universe. I don't believe the universe or spirit is out to get me by any means. I think these are just moments where, life is lifing. And if it's one thing that I truly believe, it's that how other people treat you or how other things happen outside of you, that's a karmic cycle of some sort. But the way you handle that, the way you move through that, the way you embrace that, situation, that is your karma, So to me, I'm just kind of like, these are things that are, I mean, me slipping and falling and injuring my tailbone. Okay, that I can take accountability for that one. But outside of that, a tractor trailer hitting me, a tree collapsing, I don't really, I'm not going to own that as if, it's something that I've done. So, okay. With that being said, Divine Goddess has spoken, and tonight's message is endings, ending, endings. I just said I was having a tower moment. If you are experiencing any endings, or in tarot, later tonight we're having an 8/8 ceremony and virtual ceremony. So Sydney will be talking a little bit more about the tarot, and she's our tarot and astrology specialist. But with that being said, I do know enough to know that a tower moment is where it may seem things have come crashing down. And if things in your life are a little wonky right now, I know as a spiritualist that I have the tendency to, blame it on astrological cycles, seasons, things like that. But to blame something really is to lack accountability, and to also not honor your flow, right? Your participation, your presence, and also your part of being, in that cycle. Like, we are an expression of that above and below. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We're also human beings having a spiritual experience. A lot of people miss that part. Of course, as a Libra, I'm going to see both aspects. So, anyways, with that being said, both aspects, if you're experiencing an ending, know that there's also a beginning. Okay, so whatever seems to be collapsing in your life, if there seems to be some sort of tower moment, as they call it in tarot, the people that I like to watch on YouTube, the tarot readers, one of them in particular, she says that when she pulls a tarot card, she doesn't like to focus too much on the tarot. She likes to focus, not tarot, but she doesn't like to focus too much on the tower itself. It's an opportunity for you to reflect and to know, hey, what's up? This is what's going on. However, she likes to focus more on what that means, like what's happening next. So sometimes we can get caught up in what's ending. We want to hold on to what's ending, what we know, what we're comfortable with. And go figure, the AA portal is one to illuminate and elevate us to something bigger, something better, something that's more aligned to us. In order for us to grasp that, in order for us to embrace that, in order for us to live and be that, we have to actually let aspects of ourselves, aspects of our relationships, aspects of our life, whether it's the collective, generational, ancestral, gender-based, all that sort of stuff, the polarities of being human, which is a very fourth dimensional energy. Fourth dimension is about polarity. Third dimensional energy is about like reality, the materialistic aspects of that. Fifth dimension is beyond the physical realm. It's beyond the dualistic polarity, and it's also in what they call sometimes a Christ consciousness, or the new earth. So if you can allow yourself to navigate as a multi-dimensional being through those different realms, then you can kind of pick your battles, right? Spiritually, you can say, oh, this is what's going on here in this realm. And then in this realm, this might be what it looks like. And then above that, maybe your higher self, right? You can decide, okay, this is how I want to deal with this, and then bring that down to reality. So I know a lot of spiritual accounts on social media, and maybe like spiritual teachers might talk about ascending to 5D, but to me, that's a bit of a disservice to the collective consciousness, because in order to ascend to 5, it's like you don't know where you're going until you know where you've been, right? So, and then the feminine aspect is actually 3D, 2D, and 1D. So if you denounce those lower energies, those lower dimensions, which correspond to the lower chakras, then you're not really full and you're not really living in your fullness. You're not living in wholeness and the totality of your being, the totality of this experience above and below. So to truly embrace that, we have to embrace that duality, but find that place in between where we can, be able to, I would say, pivot, right, accordingly. So as we embrace our endings and beginnings, I'm so glad I pressed recording. Was not planning on going to church on y'all real quick there, but this women's meditation, goddess guidance. We got the goddess guidance for the evening. And with that, we'll just segue into taking some nice deep breaths in and out, smooth and steady. You don't have to find your center too quickly. There's no rush, no pressure. Allow yourself to just settle in gracefully. In your own time, honoring the cycle, the rhythm of your own breath, your own energy. Breathing in, breathing out. Just like the breath, there's a beginning, the inhale, there's a pause that we may not notice, a moment of stillness before we exhale, release, and surrender, letting go. Before we begin again, there is also a pause. Just notice the ebb and flow of your breath. Inhaling deeply. Maybe you take a moment to honor that pause before you exhale. And letting go, surrendering, releasing. All the way out. Squeezing all of that old stagnant energy out of the body, out of the lungs, out of your heart, out of your mind. Pausing at the bottom of the breath before you begin again. Inhaling. Expanding the belly, the heart space, the mind. Pause. Exhale, slow and controlled, nice and steady. At the bottom of that breath, pause. Or beginning again. Inhale. Exhale. Sometimes we are so quick to move from one phase, one cycle to the next. Don't always appreciate those moments. We can just be. Taking that moment to pause, to rest, just be, to notice that transitional space. And in that transitional space, we begin to appreciate, cultivating a sense of gratitude for what's to come. Just by observing the breath, we notice this practice. We notice that the way we breathe is an indication of how we experience life. As you breathe organically, do you breathe mostly in the belly? Do you breathe mostly in the lungs and the chest? Do you allow yourself to breathe fully, allowing the energy to move from the base of the spine all the way up through the belly, the heart space, and into the mind, and reversing the flow, releasing any tension as you exhale to the mind, the heart, the belly, grounding down into the pelvic floor. The fuller the breath, the fuller the life, the fuller the life force energy moves through you. Our breathing becomes stagnant, shallow. You may notice that life also becomes stagnant, shallow. We lack depth. We lack connection. We lack fullness, abundance. Being able to read energetically, physically and psychically. The rhythm and pattern of your breathing can tell you a lot about how you are experiencing life. For as you breathe fully, you move energy up and down the entire spine. The various gateways become activated from the base of the spine all the way to the crown of your head. These gateways, these portals of energy, vortexes, known as chakras, become more harmonious and balanced when the breath can ebb and flow between them, ease and grace. That's why I invite you to slow down, to breathe deep. Inhale, expanding the belly, the heart space, and the mind, all the way to the crown of your head. As you exhale, reversing the flow, crown of your head, to the mind, heart, belly, base of the spine. Allowing that life force energy of breath to expand through your entire being. Reminding you that with every ending, with every exhale, there may be a pause. Noticed or unnoticed, it is there. And then you take life in once again. Begin a new cycle. Inhaling, expanding the belly, the heart space, the mind, crown. Allowing the flow of breath just move through you. Noticing its ebb and flow. Noticing where your attention may wander. Noticing the quality of your breath. Noticing that the quality of your breath reflects the quality of your life. Is it warm, smooth, and steady? Is it blocked, restricted, stagnant, requires effort, tension, focused attention? Become smooth and steady? How's the quality of your breath? Reflecting your quality of life. This evening's Goddess Guidance reminds you the cycle of endings and beginnings. The old must be released. It has to be released so that the new can enter. What are you willing to release? Bring that to mind. Inhale, breathing into that situation, person, place, thing, whatever it is that you're releasing. And exhale, squeezing it all out. Noticing where you feel it in your body. Inhaling once again. And exhaling. Some things that have been embedded within us. Several cycles, maybe several lifetimes. Maybe a little more challenging to release. That doesn't mean it can't happen, that it's not possible. It just requires a little more focus, a little more intention, and a little bit deep. Exploration. Just breathe. When things come up for you that are challenging, whether now or in the past, things you may project into the future, notice how the quality of your breath changes. When you're scared, sad, depressed, traumatized, worried, anxious, is your breath the same as when you're happy, living life to the fullest? When you have a sense of peace wash over you, is your breath the same as when you're frustrated and angry? What is your breath reflecting to you about how you are experiencing life? You embrace the ebb and flow of your breath as an expression of the life force energy moving through you and through your life. The universe sings praises to you because you begin to understand and accept universal law and order. Things may appear chaotic and ever changing, but we know that change is the only thing that is permanent. However, in actuality, everything, even you, those life moments, the way you respond, the way you think, the way you feel, is designed down to the smallest detail, perfect operation. You learn to dance in rhythm and in tune, sync with the universe. Begin to experience a happiness beyond this world. Energy swirling, twirling, in a never-ending celebration of life itself. Spirit is holding out its hand to you, asking you to dance. Get up off your seat. Dance. Come on. Do a little dance. Make a little love. And on this beautiful, wonderful gateway, this portal, maybe you get down tonight, in the depths of your soul, its deepest, truest desires. Enjoying the remarkable journey, the harmonious rhythm and cycles. Weaving the story of your life. You are the creator, the creatrix, the moderator, the regulator, the creator. There's no need to fear what happens to be a change or loss in your life right now. Still holding on to. Know that you are in a transitional phase. It's only an orbit of energy interplaying with you and those around you. For you to experience all this, it means that you're alive, that you are a part of this ecosystem of energy. Embrace your deepest emotions. Go with its flow. Life is simple. So many people wonder, what is the meaning of life? The meaning of life is whatever you give it. The beginnings and endings, the ebb and flow, the significance, the value that you give to each moment in between. That is what creates the meaning of life. most fundamental level, life is merely a series of endings and beginnings. That's all. The story you build around it creates the emotions you put into it. It creates the patterns, the habits, the blocks, the actions that you take to support that in any given moment. The primal instincts, ways that you respond. This is where your intuition comes in handy. She guides you through. Your intuition is what helps you to navigate through those endings and beginnings in a way that is most aligned to your highest essence. We know that the human form is here to instinctually keep us safe and protected. Sometimes those patterns that we've created, those structures of safety we've created, are outdated. For us to stay in tune and updated, to understand the most recent development of who we are, we must listen to our intuition. It is always in present time. Our thoughts, our beliefs, our defense mechanisms tend to come from past times. As you begin to build your faith, your trust in yourself, your connection to your inner wisdom, your inner truth, also known as your intuition, you'll begin to understand and see how your current changes are for the best. From now until the end of this month, when we have our next full moon, super blue moon as it's called, where we have two in the same month, passing through not only this 8/8 Lions Gate portal and activation, but also through the Leo new moon on the 16th. As we move through this cycle, as we evolve through this cycle, be sure to keep your thoughts positive. Stay focused. Know that what appears to be a loss simply portal to a new beginning. Happier, more joyful, fulfilling phase. May be scary because of its uncertainty. Maybe it's mysterious. That doesn't mean it has to be anything negative. Maybe it's a pleasant surprise, like a gift on your birthday. You celebrate Christmas. Maybe it's like the night before. You don't know what you're getting, but you know there's something there with your name on it. Let the past go. Take this moment to check in and see where you are still holding on to the past. Whether it's a thought, a belief, judgment, situation, circumstance, a way of being, living, yourself permission to dream, to make a wish. Allow that wish, star, to take you as far away from that which no longer serves you to that which does. Aligning you with your true north. Knowing that it's time to move on. Releasing the old so that the new can enter. And you release with ease and grace. And you receive with ease and grace. You breathe fully. Inhaling with ease and grace. Exhaling completely, letting go with ease and grace. May you live in all of your todays and tomorrows, this lifetime and the next, fully, ease, and grace. May you receive this and better. And so it is. Taking a moment to just let everything settle, land where it may. Continuing to just breathe, just be, taking your time. When you feel complete at this moment, this meditation, slowly and gently, and to bring some movement to the fingertips, hands, toes, ankles, wrists, legs, arms, shoulders, neck. Taking another deep breath, bringing some movement to the hips. Giving yourself a hug, being here, showing up on this divinely timed day and moment as we embrace not only the goddess and her guidance, but that of the sun, divine masculine, which we embody both, bringing us to wholeness, sense of fulfillment, prosperity, pleasure, grace, balance. And so it is. Alrighty. So, I apologize if you can hear a lot of banging in the background. I have my little microphone, but I think I've left it somewhere and I was already running behind. Getting to the house and everything today. But aside from the tailbone injury, the semi truck situation. I know this is all old stuff, but apparently I'm still recovering from a lot of it. And this tree that came to me, Mother Nature was like, "Hey, I see you. What you doing?" And I forgot that the neighbor next door passed away not too long ago. It was a little weird because I guess her son came to look, endings and beginnings. Okay, I guess her son came to clear her stuff out of the apartment, and I met her. I haven't seen anyone to ask like what happened, but anyways, my neighbor passed away. I hope it was not my loud music because last time I saw her, she was fussing at me because my music was too loud sometimes. So, and then like within that week, she passed. So I don't know, but they're redoing, they're what do you call it? They're redoing her apartment. I don't know if it's because she was bound to the wheelchair, like if she was needed an accessible apartment or not. But there's like doors and things all in the hallway, and so basically, long story short, they're redoing her apartment, I guess. So it's a lot of banging and drilling and all this fun stuff, and they haven't even come to clear this tree out. So between that next door and all the banging and construction they're doing there, and then probably sometime this week coming to repair my wall in the bedroom because the tree it didn't come through any glass, but I think the impact caused the wall to start cracking. So the bedroom wall is like it has cracks and stuff in it. But then also they're building a nice little greenway on the other side of that tree. And I'm like, that's why the tree fell, because y'all over here digging up Mother Nature. She don't want a damn greenway here in Chambly. Okay, the greenway is the green of earth. That's the way. Whatever. But they're building like a sidewalk or a path. So I got a lot of construction going on, and you know what? With the tailbone injury, I'm just, it's, we are rebuilding foundations over here in Kisha's world on multiple levels. So yeah, that's what's happening over here. But I'm just gonna breathe through it, like I told y'all to do. Endings and beginnings. I'm like, this is a lot of motivation to start packing things up and to get the hell up out of here. Okay, so it's time to move. I think Spirit's trying to tell me, like, yep, let's get things moving. So, with that being said, new foundations can be a little chaotic. I know, right? I'm living in it right now. But with that being said, it's an opportunity for new things to happen, things that might connect you, like this greenway, to something else, things that you might see but tend to overlook until they come right at you, like this tree, and make you kind of rethink how you show up in life. So with that being said, may you all embrace the endings as a new beginning. Happy 8/8 portal and Lionsgate. May you wear your crown high, okay, all pretty and glittery, Barbie-like. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know what that stuff's about. I was not a Barbie girl. I had a cash register. That's what I had. Had the Asian mom starter pack, basically. I had a cash register, some dollars, and a little shop. Okay, so that's what I had, not Barbies. But I was envious of my friends who have Barbies. I don't know, maybe I'll embrace that too. Who knows? But anyways, I hopefully will see you at the 9 o'clock Lions portal. Outside of that, the collective reading is if you can, on a sheet of paper, okay, same as it is here. On one side, write endings. What are the things that you notice are ending? What are the things that you would like to end in your life? It's kind of like the flip the script exercise that I teach. What don't you want? What do you want? But this is like, what is ending? Acknowledging the endings of your life. What are the things that you want to let go and release? And then on the other side of that, line or the other side of the paper. I like to fold it in half or draw a line down the middle so you can kind of reflect, right? Kind of like a yin and yang thing. You can see the wholeness of everything. But on the opposite side, the beginnings. Now that you're creating space by releasing things, then what do you want to bring into that space? The reason why I say that that's a good way to do it is because you get things out of your head. You have a left and right brain, right? So it's kind of like when you write things on paper, it's also a little bit of duality, like endings and beginnings. What do you notice? You have to kind of maybe sometimes use your creative mind to be like, oh, okay, and think and see what's happening. But you're also creating a linear tie between the two. So that's the other side of the brain, like, creating a linear line and connection between the two, saying, now that I'm releasing this is what might be coming up that I notice that's practical. So that's, the one side of the brain, but then the other side is like, what do I want to create in that space? So that's the other side. So kind of balancing both hemispheres of the brain while you're doing this exercise. But yeah, write down what do you want to release, what is ending, and then what do you want to have and create in that space? And being able to write things down helps it to get it out of your head, out of your heart, right? Because you're using your hands as expression of the heart space. But also a lot of magic and potency we hold in our hands. And then that will help you to be more focused. You can always hang that beginnings part up somewhere, take a picture of it if you want to, so that you can stay focused on what is beginning in your life and the excitement that you have towards that, versus what is ending and what might be hard or challenging to let go. It just helps you to shift your focus, shift the energy, and step into a um, new experience. So, all right, I'm going to end this now.